Hey, Coursera classmates. Thanks for watching my presentation and grading me. My name is Meredith, and my topic that I picked is that I'm pitching a new position for myself in the current organization I work for. So, my organization is called Rusty Pancakes, and that is a spinoff of the company I really work for, but I'm not going to say the actual name. So, yeah, Rusty Pancakes is the best I could come up with. And in this job, I am a trip leader. We work with high school students. We travel with them and mentor them and kind of guide them through a program. And so I am pitching to my managers, Jake and Barry, just in person, that I'd like to work in HR. So I want to go from trip leader to human resources as the employee relations manager. I want to have my own team of people that I'm training so that we can bridge the gap between trip leaders and managers. And in the slides in the PowerPoint that I uploaded with my presentation, I have just like basically the rubric that Yvonne put on Coursera. And so it should make grading very easy. You can just kind of like go down the list and be like, got it. So just so you know what I've got, it's I have the appetizer pitch, I have starch elements, I have the meat, veggies, analogy, question format, Area 47, goal opportunity statement, no phrase, belly button rule, meaningful numbers. It should all be there. So that was just to make it easy for you. I even just copied and pasted from my script right into here. So it should be very fast. Cool. So that's my preamble. And I will jump into my presentation. Let me just make sure this is still recording. Great. Okay. Cool. All right. Hi, Jake. Hi, Barry. Thanks for taking the time to meet today. I appreciate that. I'd like to begin with two scenarios. Imagine that you have a team of people working for you and you don't know anything about them. You don't know, like, you kind of know their names, but you don't know like anything about them, what they do outside of work. You don't even know who their friends are at work. Basically, all you know could be summed up in what they wrote on their CV and what you've observed. So things like, she's fluent in Japanese. He takes a lot of sick days. Just like really, really basic knowledge. So not much of a relationship. Pretty distant. Okay, cool. So that's scenario one. Scenario two. Imagine you have a team of people working for you, and it's the opposite scenario. You know these people way too much. You know, like, oh, this guy, he had a wild night last night. He was partying and made a bunch of bad decisions. Or, oh, these two people, they haven't talked since that seminar last year. Did you hear what happened there? You can tell that with a team like this, it's messy and it's like things get personal. Work and personal stuff get mingled together because that's just how it is. There aren't boundaries on this team. So these two teams that I've just described, the distant, the clinical one, where there's like a big gap between the managers and the coworkers, and then the opposite spectrum where it's all just like woohoo, messy and personal. They're the opposite ends of the spectrum, and neither one of these is a safe feeling for the work for the team, for either team. Now, Jake and Barry, here's my question for both of you. What kind of team do we have? It's a hard question. It's a hard question to answer immediately, right? Here's another hard question. You know we lose half of our new hires every year. 50%. Our trip leaders, like people in my position, they quit. They have like the first season with us, the first few months, and then they're gone. Do you know why? They don't feel safe here. Yes, they have fun and they work hard briefly, but then they're like, see ya. The reason, and I know this because this is my job, they are looking for a team with a strong support system And we are not that yet. They can't grow with us. And so they go somewhere else for a stable position. Looking at our current turnover rate, it is so high, it's scary. I'll tell you what it is. Oh, wait, I already told it, didn't I? 50%. Yeah. Imagine you are building a really high, tall skyscraper. So tall that it reaches the sky. Okay? One day you and all the other managers and bosses are just on the top floor, as usual, having your meeting. And then you notice that the ground is shaking. And you're like, what now? And you get a phone call. And there's someone from the first floor, and they say, hey, Jake, hey, Barry, I'm on the first floor, and half of the entire first floor is crumbling. It's just dust. What? So now, obviously, the whole skyscraper is just going to start falling. It affects the whole skyscraper. That's the same with us. That skyscraper is us. Half of the first floor, gone. It's just such a high turnover rate. It's not sustainable. This high turnover rate impacts engagement, morale, and company culture. If I'm working for Rusty Pancakes, hypothetically, and I see like 4 or 5 of my teammates just leaving after the first season, I'm going to be like, why are they leaving? What's wrong? And then I'll start. And then it's a domino effect. We lose these valuable teammates, and we have to keep spending money and training these new faces in our team. Jake and Barry, in a perfect world, our team has the perfect balance of communication. We don't have that, and that is where I come in. By hiring me as your employee relations manager, our company becomes a stronger team of people that stay with Rusty Pancakes longer, thereby reducing our hiring and training costs. We have 3 months to turn this around before the end of the season, and I am the one for the job. I'm someone who people confide in. I'm someone who is always aware of the group dynamic. I want to be known for making everyone feel more comfortable at work. Without a mediator, this team will not work effectively, and we'll continue losing our first floor of the building. Did you have a question, Jake? So your question is, why should you choose me for this position? Yeah, I get it. I hear you. Barry, did you also wonder that? You had the same question? Okay, yeah, I hear you. I have only worked for Rusty Pancakes in one position as trip leader, but as I've worked here and I've experienced this lack of communication within the company, I realize more and more what we need as a team. Do I have what it takes to single-handedly strengthen this company? And I realize that evidence is right in front of me. I know what our trip leaders need because I am one of them. I want to be the one to train our human resources team to radically change the relationship between our managers, top floor of the skyscraper, and our trip leaders, bottom floor. Our employees will always have a professional to turn to in any situation that occurs during work. Trouble with their coworker, trouble with talking to their manager about something important. Maybe someone wants to pitch an idea to you or ask for a different, schedule or something. And we will be the trained team of employee relations, ready for our employees to approach us and vent and to just bounce ideas off in a safe and healthy way. They'd be putting their work frustrations in the hands of someone who is trained to deal with these kinds of situations. It's like glue, or those candy ropes made from nerds. The little nerds candies? All those little pieces of candy held together by that red rope. The employee relations team is that red rope. Making sure everyone is in sync, everyone feels safe, everyone is excelling in their position. When our employees here have a solid work environment that they feel safe in, they stay with us. They put their passion and energy and sweat into their jobs. They start moving up into management positions. They do more, they achieve more. They work much better with our high school students who need to connect with them anyway. They connect more with them and inspire them as amazing role models and mentors. How about another piece of research for you, Jake and Barry? When a manager is willing to listen to their employees' work-related problems, when a manager just takes some time to listen to what their employees have to say sometimes, employees are 62% less likely to be burnt out. Imagine 62%. You know what that sounds like to me? A team full of people who want to be involved, to grow, to climb, to stay with Rusty Pancakes. Let's save our skyscraper. Let's save our team, and let's save our money, with me as your employee relations manager, so that we have a successful team, and so that in 3 months, at the end of the season, no one will be quitting and finding a new job. They are here. They are here to stay. So, hypothetically, Jake and Barry, if I send you both an email with my official proposal and vision, would you be willing to read it over and meet again on Tuesday? Okay, awesome. Perhaps 2 p.m.? That will give you more time to look it over. Okay, awesome. Well, thank you. I will message you to confirm that. Thank you so much. Okay,